Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the RSR Video Email Bag Show. Now here's the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing, your host, Bad Brad Berkowitz. Forget about it.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you lied about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought we'd reach up? Who'd have thought we'd reach up? Here where we need you. Here where we need you. You're teasing us back, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Oh, what a classic song. I know I played that before, but it's so good you gotta play it again. That's the theme song from the 1970s TV hit Welcome Back, Carter, with John Sebastian, if you forgot. John Sebastian used to be in the Lovin' Spoonful. There's a trivia answer for you, folks. Let's play a little bit more of Welcome Back, Carter. Come on, who was your favorite? Was it Boom Boom Washington? Was it Vinny Barbarino? Was it Horseshack? Or was it Juan Epstein? They were all so good. And God rest Juan Palillo, who played Horseshack, and Juan Hedges, who played Juan Epstein. They both sadly passed away in the last 5-6 years. Very sad. Great show. And hey, we can't forget Up Your Nose with a Rubber Hose. Hey, Mr. Carter, forget about it. Give you a little bit more Welcome Back, Carter theme song. My childhood. All right, folks. Welcome back, Carter, the theme song. Fantastic. Makes me think about my childhood. And what a time, what a different time in the world it was back then. All right, folks, we still have the contest going on for the 600 subscriber. And what are you going to win? Tell them, Don Pardo, what are you going to win? You're going to win Running with the Champ, my 40-year friendship with the late, the great Muhammad Ali. There was only one. What did you say, Cosell? I said Muhammad Ali. All you have to do, folks, is hit that freaking button and subscribe. How easy is that? We're very close. Not going to tell you how close, but we're close. You can win this book one more time. Running with the Champ, my 40-year friendship with Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. This is Howard Cosell. All right, that's an average impression, in and out. But hey, I tried. Give me an E for effort, folks. All right, let's get to your questions, and there's some good ones, folks. Here we go. First question up. Bad Brad, saw your show yesterday, and Benji has nothing on your forget about it dog, Bella. Well, thank you, pal. Too cute. I had my wife and daughter watch your opening with Bella in her hat. They were laughing so hard and thought she was adorable. I heard you talk about the Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith fight and couldn't agree more with both you and Vinny Glory Days Lucci on Pick Around. Okay? If Canelo doesn't fight GGG, is there a decent matchup out there to really test him? Von P. from Washington, D.C. Well, Von P., that's a new name. Welcome to the show, pal. You know, it's an outstanding question, and I got to be honest with you. I mean, who do you really have? Danny Jacobs? Danny Jacobs is a good fighter. I just don't see him doing anything with Triple G. Now, that's at middleweight. But if you want to go junior middleweight, realistically, you have the Charlo brothers, who are good fighters. They haven't really been tested, so we don't know how great they are. They're boxers. One of them is better than the other. I don't know which ones. You know, they're identical twin brothers. And if you didn't know that, folks, that's absolutely true. So realistically, who does Canelo have? Triple frickin' G. That's who he has, okay? You know, and he almost has 50 fights. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to retire. He's not even 30 yet, but, you know, a money match with Triple G, he could take the money and hit the highway. You know, I'm not going to say that's going to be the end of his career or anything, because actually he's in his prime. But really, there's nobody really out there to test him. Who? Chris Big Mouth Eubanks Jr.? Chris Eubanks Jr., I should say. No. Come on. Billy Joe frickin' Saunders? Get out of here. He's challenging Triple G. He wants to go to an early grave. Forget about it. But Von P, realistically, Triple G is it for me. Folks, leave a comment on the YouTube channel at the bottom after you hit subscribe, and tell me who you think should fight, Canelo Alvarez should fight. Because realistically, I can't really matchmake him, because who's out there that's going to give him any type of freaking fight? Forget about it. Next up is Bad Brad. Huge fan of Alexis Arguello. And every time you talk about your love and respect for him, I get choked up. Well, I get choked up too, because I really do love and respect him. God rest his soul. What does he say here? I get choked up. As you and Ray Mancini said, he never killed himself. Never, ever, 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 ever did Alexis Arguello kill himself. I'm going to go there. Sorry, we're going to F-word it here. The fucking corrupt Nicaraguan government is the one that killed him. And it's sad. I wish they're not going to do nothing. Well, it's wasting my time. You had mentioned bad judges yesterday. Excuse me. On your show, and brother, you didn't play. I agree. Train them, and if they cannot get better, out of here. I wanted to get your take also on rules in boxing. What do you think of them? Jean A. from Leeds, England. Oh, from across the pond. Give my best to the Queen. Haven't talked to her in a few days. She usually texts me, but, you know, I don't know what's going on. Maybe her and the King or whoever. Maybe Prince Charles is doing something with her. I don't know. Forget about it. That is a damn good question, Jean A. writing in for the first time from Leeds, England. Rules in boxing, another bone of contention for me. Forget about it. Oh, my own sweet tornado. Okay, so rules, very simple. They need to be unified across the board in the United States and overseas. So if Fighter A and Fighter B meet in Connecticut, okay, they have the same rules that they have in Oklahoma or in Florida or in England or in Argentina or wherever it may be. Some places have a standing 8 count. Some places don't have a standing 8 count. Some people do a better job at explaining the rules. Some people don't do such a good job explaining the rules. Sometimes you got freaking Mama Luke referees who don't even know the freaking rules. Forget about it. Unified rules across the board. Teddy Atlas been calling for it. And a commission that oversees all of the commissions. Oh, does that sound like something in the movies? Hey, I'm not going to go there. Forget about it. All right, so unified rules. So if Fighter A fights in Connecticut, Florida, Oklahoma, Argentina, Panama, wherever he fights, forget about it. It's the same rules. So he knows there's 3 knockdown rule. There's not a 3 knockdown rule. There's a standing 8 count. There's not a standing 8 count. Only the doctor can stop the fight. This, that, or the other. They all need to be freaking unified. Forget about it. And on that note, folks, we're going to take a short commercial break. Hey folks, this is Bad Brad Burkwick, the host of the RSR Video Email Bag Show. Forget about it. And I want to talk to you about an exciting opportunity to advertise or sponsor on my show. If you're interested, send serious business inquiries to Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Again, that's Ringside Report 2014 at gmail.com. Forget about it.
Excuse me?
What?
Aren't we supposed to be doing a shoot for your book ad?
Yeah, but I'm reading right now. I'm reading an interview in my book with James Quick Tillis. And I tell you what, I didn't realize I did a heck of an interview.
And
I guess we do need to do this book ad.
Yeah.
Hey folks, here's the book. Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Me. Forget about it. All right, there it is on the back. Okay, and on the front. Now, how do you order this book? You go to authorhouse.com and you'll pick it up wholesale. You'll save a few fazools. Forget about it. But if you want to go to Amazon or Barnes & Noble, you can do that too. You're just going to pay retail that way. Now, for all the folks that ask me, yes, I will take this book here if you mail it to me and cover postage and handling to Tulsa and to wherever you live in the world. I will personally autograph your book. Again, Boxing Interviews of a Lifetime by the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Bread out. And we're now back. And if you forgot who the hell I am during the commercial break, I'm the man with the fedora, the pinky ring, and the New York thing. Forget about it. Bad Bread Berkeley. Now, let's get on to the remainder of your questions for this RSR video email bag show. Forget about it. Say that 15 times backwards, and I'll give you the book. Forget about it. Okay, let's go. Bad Bread. Excuse me. Read your interview with the comedian Eric Tartaglione, and come on, spill the beans on the inside joke about the Wilsons in the witness protection program. You freaking Italians are too much. Funny, funny, funny. You got that right, pal. We are funny, funny, funny people, okay? But we do many things, the Italian people. Forget about it. All right, you're lucky you said we were funny, or you might be hearing the theme from The Godfather. Did I say that? I said it, Deb. I said it. Forget about it. Okay. He goes on to say, I wanted to know if both Ray Mancini and Vinny Pazienza fought today, how do you think they would do? Norman H. from Albany, New York. Oh, it gets cold up in Albany, New York. I've been there before. Norman H., welcome to the show because I don't recall your name, pal. How would Ray Mancini and Vinny Pazienza, he's Vinny Paz now, do in today's boxing? Forget about it. Ray would be a champion in the lightweight division. And Vinny, depending on where he was at, you know, he was a lightweight champion when he beat Greg Hogan, and then he moved up and had his best fight of his career at junior middleweight against Gilbert DeLay back in 1991. And then, unfortunately, he had the broken neck. But my paisan, he came back from that accident, and he proved everybody wrong. Both of them, first of all, were exciting, in-shape fighters. They gave as good as they got, okay? I think both of them would be champions, and great backstories on both of them. Without the TV that they had back then, you wouldn't know about all these backstories. And they don't do them as much today, because even though TV is, even though boxing is back on PBC, I don't think they do as well as CBS, ABC, and NBC used to do back in the day. It's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I'm entitled to it. But I think both Vinny Paz and Ray Boom Boom Mancini, who have been interviews on my show before, on ringsidereport.com, you can read both of them, could be champions today. Abso-freaking-lutely. All right, on to your last question of the RSR video email bag show. It's like the ball. It's like the moving, reading the teleprompter there. But I don't have a teleprompter. This is all improv, folks. Can you imagine that? Forget about it. Last question up. Bad Brad. I recently watched a women's fight with Vincent and Hardy. It was some barn burner. Do you think it will bring women's boxing back? Holly B. from Atmore, Alabama. Oh, we got the ladies writing in there. Forget about it. Hey, the ladies are welcome. Forget about it as much as the men. Hey, I wish there was more women that wrote in, because I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of women boxing fans out there that know a lot. So I don't want to hear that mess. Okay? They are equal when they're a true boxing fan, because I've seen men that the women remembered more than the men ever will. So, with that said, women's boxing. That was a good fight. Very good fight. I do think Heather Hardy won it. I had actually went on record and I picked her. Will it bring women's boxing back? Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think women's boxing was ever here. Okay? I think there was a time when it was more popular, but I don't ever think it landed and made really a name for itself. And I'll tell you why. Because you had some great women fighters, but they couldn't get on TV. They wanted to put the women that couldn't fight on TV, and because of their names, okay? So, I don't think it was ever really here, and I don't think it's ever really going to come back. However, in fairness to the women, a lot of times, the women's boxing matches are better than the men's, because they come in and they give it their all. But I don't think it's ever going to really take off, because I don't really think it ever started in the first place. I know Christy Martin was the face of women's boxing at one time, and then, of course, Layla Ali. But realistically, Layla Ali never fought Ann Wolf, so what can she really say? That she fought an old Christy Martin that she outweighed. And, come on, big deal. Mia St. John, she was a looker, but she really wasn't a fighter. Come on, forget about it. I don't think women's boxing is ever going to take off, but I support the women who get in there. I'm not knocking the women. I just don't think the sport is going to take off because it doesn't get the exposure that it needed back in the day and the fights on TV that it needed back in the day to be popular today. But Hardy and Vincent didn't hurt it. I will say that, folks. All right, one more time. We got a contest going. If you're sleeping under a rock, here it is. Wait for it. The 600 subscriber to the RSR YouTube channel by hitting the freaking button on the RSR YouTube channel by the video. I think it's in the top right corner, wherever it is. Hit the freaking button and subscribe. Subscribe. We'll win this book, Running with the Champ, My 40-Year Friendship with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, are you ready to go around the world wherever you may go to the winner, the 600 subscriber? He just said, yeah, I heard him. He said it. He said it. All right, folks. I haven't lost my mind. I feel like I'm doing a Crazy Eddie commercial. Who remembers Crazy Eddie from New York? You know, he recently passed away, God rest his soul. But then I heard bad stuff that he stole a lot of money and went over to Israel, I think. Israel, oh, they forget about it. Hey, whatever. Crazy Eddie. Well, this isn't Crazy Eddie. All right, folks. That's another RSR video email bag show in the can. Forget about it. And as Frank Sinatra sang so eloquently, so long ago, the best is yet to come. If I could only sing, but I could talk through the song. And on that note, Bad Brad out.